name's Haley Shelton and I'm a junior at North and I write poetry. I write poems because emotions. A big inspiration for my poems is if I'm going through something and I will use poems to like get through it. A lot of my inspiration comes from like hard events in my life or things that I've went through that like I don't really know how to cope with it, so rather than turning to a bad coping mechanism, I write about it. So the first poem I wrote was probably like third grade, you know, when they're like haiku and you're like 5'7", 5. But other than that, the reason that I started like actually writing poems was probably last year sometime, and it was because I went through a really bad relationship and my way of coping with it was poetry. A time that I've used poetry when asked to do it was in math class, and my teacher introduced this project in a way that he was trying to inspire everyone to do it, and he's like, you know, just do something that you really like. So some examples of things people did were like gymnastics or ballet or, you know, things that they were really interested in, and I'm not really interested in a lot, and it passed my mind to do Wendy's but instead I was like, you know, I write poetry, which was a task in trying to connect it to math class. But I started by trying to make a poem about like the Pythagorean theorem, which actually turned out better than I thought it was going to. And there were some things I could not write a poem about because I just couldn't draw connections. So instead I made a triangle and I put like my previous poems into the triangle, and like the whole class really liked it, and my teacher was like, wow, that's so cool. And I was like, I'm in the process of sending in my manuscript to a lot of different publishing companies, and I'm just gonna like sit and wait for responses, and then if I get like acceptances from lots of different places, then I have the freedom to choose like, oh, I want to go with this one because of these benefits, etc., etc. But my overall goal is to like get published, I guess, and it would be really cool to just be recognized because of something that I did, which is interesting. The first time I sent in my manuscript to a place, it was just this company that I was like found online, and I was like, oh, you know, this would be cool, I might as well just send it in. And I kind of forgot that I sent it in until I got a letter back, and it was like an acceptance letter, whatever you want to call it with poetry, and that was really cool and exciting, and I like ran into work with it and I was like, hey guys, look at this. And it was really cool. But I'm gonna send it into a lot of different places, so I'm not really like in the process of getting published yet because I have one acceptance, but the goal as an author is to like send it to as many places as possible and go with what you want to go with. The title of the collection of poems that I wrote is How It Went, and that's actually a title of one of the poems in the book. It's the second to last poem in the book, and the idea of that is like, I've read a lot of poetry books, and that's something that authors will do is they entitle the book after like one key poem that they want the reader to remember or pick out, or like it summarizes their events as a whole. So I wrote a poem called How It Went, and I was like, this is a summary of all the events, because the book is kind of chronological because I kind of just put them in the manuscript, and I've had an ongoing text of all of my poems, and I just copy and pasted them into the manuscript. So it's chronological of like everything that I've went through, and like it might not make sense to the reader exactly because it's like a lot of it is interpretation, but to me, I understand the timeline. There are a lot of different messages I want to send with my poems because they're all so different. When I sent it in to a publisher, what they said was, oh, it's inspiring, it's relatable, it's gonna, you know, make people relate and feel uplifted. And some of my poems are about like hope and hanging on even when you go through something really hard, and some of them are just about personal experiences that I've went through and being written in a relatable way where people who have went through similar things can like understand that they're not alone. So I guess the overall goal is to like share my experience and like hopefully inspire other people or like help them through something, or I don't know. There's just lots of different goals. Overall, I just want people to enjoy it, I guess.
What's up, Bulldogs? It's me, Kevin. Today we're going to be asking people pressing questions that really matter to our modern day society. What are you looking forward to doing spring break? What are your plans for spring break coming up?
To get my wisdom teeth out.
What are your plans for spring break coming up at the end of the month?
I'm going to Mexico.
What are your plans for spring break coming up at the end of the month?
Basically chilling at home and trying to keep the dogs alive while my parents leave.
Where are your parents going?
Virginia Beach.
What are your plans for spring break?
Probably go out, hang out with friends for a while.
What are your plans for spring break?
Baseball.
All right, you gonna go to baseball practice, or do you have like a game coming up?
We have tryouts. Yeah, we don't get to go on vacation.
All right. What are you looking forward to doing this spring break?
I'm going to Florida at Bonita Springs.
What is that?
It's like a place in southern like Florida, like near Fort Myers. Depends what it is.
What are your plans for spring break?
Taking a nap. Bunch of naps. I'm pretty boring.
My plans for spring break. Well, I think I'm gonna stay home during spring break. Probably gonna hang out with friends, play basketball and stuff like that.
All right. Are you on a basketball team?
No, not this year.
Just playing some pickup games?
Yeah.
What are your plans for spring break this month?
Sleeping.
All right, thank you. Would you mind answering a quick question for us? All right, what are your plans for spring break this month?
I guess I'm going to Chicago.
All right, cool. Have fun in Chicago. What are you looking forward to doing this spring break?
I'm going on a bunch of college visits out in California for volleyball reasons.
What are you looking forward to doing this spring break?
Staying home.
What are your plans for spring break this month?
Well, I don't really have any plans.
Just gonna chill at home and relax, maybe?
Yeah. Maybe play some video games, chill out with my cat.
What kind of video games?
Well, typically, I like to play Apex, a little bit of Minecraft if I'm feeling special,
Yeah. What are your plans for spring break this month?
We are going to shred the slopes.
Both of you?
Yes.
All right, well, have fun shredding those slopes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. That was What are you looking forward to doing this spring break?
I don't know, like maybe hanging out with family and stuff.
What are you looking forward to doing this spring break?
You already asked me this question.
I know.
Okay. Probably go to another place. I don't know.
Where are you gonna go, Chief?
Arkansas.
What are you looking forward to doing this spring break?
We have 2 winter percussion competitions coming up, so I'm looking forward to placing well in those.
Massage. What are your plans for spring break this month?
I think I am going to California to visit my grandparents.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe, I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
Okay. What are your plans for spring break this month? Going on any fashion shows, my good sir?
I'm going on a mission trip to Guatemala with my church.
Ooh, fancy. A religious man. Okay. This has been Kevin Graham for BNN. Remember your 3 R's, make it a great day, that whole shebang. And have a great spring break, guys.
Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing a chicken nugget taste test. We went and got chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, McDonald's, KFC, and Burger King. And we're going to be rating and trying to guess which one is which while we are blindfolded. 3, 2, 1. I know what it is. 100%. What are you thinking?
That was...
Come on, okay, let's go ahead and rate it. What we think out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm gonna say 7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and let's guess what it is in 3, 2, 1, KFC. 100%.
That's weird.
Let's try it in 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
That's not bad. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Wait, alright, I'm gonna have to go with a solid 8.
I'm going with a 7. Alright, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Wendy's.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's so easy.
It's a little cold, but
yeah.
look up. I mean, that's like, this place has the most distinct taste ever when it comes to chicken nuggets.
It tastes like a playground.
It honestly does. I'm gonna give it a, I mean, it's a good nugget, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it an 8. What are you giving it?
Wow, okay, that's a little highball. I'm gonna give it a 6 there.
Oh, wow, I disagree a little on that one. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
McDonald's.
This is round 4. Let's try it in 3, 2, 1. This is too easy, man. Really good. A little bit popcorny, but really good. Just delicious. All around nugget, man. I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah. Yep.
9 and 9?
Yep.
All right. So let's guess. 3, 2, 1.
Chick-fil-A.
All right, last nugget. It's 4-4, and there's only one option left. So we can still try it though. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if it's my favorite that we've tasted. Is that how you feel about it? It's just like not like the favorite that we've tasted so far. Just a little weird. All right, we'll give it a rating. I'm gonna give it a 5.
I have to go with 4.
Yeah. And guess in 3, 2, 1.
Burger King. All right, that's it. We both got a 5 out of 5. Knocked it out of the park today. And our total rating is Chick-fil-A got an 18 out of 20, and Wendy's was very close also. Got second place out of got a 15 out of 20. And Burger King just not coming up today. It just got a total of 9. Didn't even make it to double digits. But hey, I'll definitely reconsider trying Burger King again some other day. So just stay tuned for us.
The main reason I'm involved in Unified Track is my whole adult life I have been closely working with Special Olympics. So I've been working with Special Olympics since about 1980.
The main reason I joined was from the coach, Nate Van Devender. He got a lot of basketball guys to join, and I thought it'd be really fun and a little bit of conditioning in the off season.
It builds relationships between all sectors of our school community.
I think people should join Unified Track because it's a good way to get out there and exercise and then build bonds with a lot of these great kids.
The camaraderie between athletes in every school that I have talked to that have been new to the sport cannot think of the school without having it because it is such a relationship builder.
I think all schools that don't have one should definitely consider because these bonds you build through these through these friendships are just second to none, and all these kids are just awesome kids. And getting to have that relationship between each other is a special thing.
My favorite part of Unified Track is just seeing the relationship between all the athletes and the amount of fun that they are having in practices and also in meets.
My favorite part of Unified Track is probably the bus rides. And the bus rides are super fun, and it's always super exciting going up, especially when we get to the regionals and then even state is super fun.
My normal day usually consists of first 2 periods I resource and focus on any assignments I'm really missing or need to catch up on. My third and fourth periods I go over to East for criminal injustice. My 5th period is lunch, and then I go to weights 5B. After that, I usually I'll have econ, and then I will go to Trig, and from there I'll go to Big Brother. Practice usually after school every day, but on certain occasions we'll go in the morning and then we'll have practice after school. Wrestling's actually taught me a lot about life. It's kind of just that get up and go attitude that's given me to get up every day and go to school instead of just staying in bed. It's really helped me in school when I don't want to go, but I do, and anything I don't want to do, it doesn't compare to wrestling, so I just go through it.
I drink 2 cups of coffee a day, and I think on occasion I'll have a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola, and that's about all the caffeine intake I get.
I drink caffeine probably every morning. I tend to have a cup of coffee usually every morning.
Circle K.
Normally I don't have any caffeine after noon unless I grab a pop, some kind of Pepsi or Coke product.
I usually drink caffeine in the morning.
It's an everyday thing. There's a Polar Pop Monday through Friday, and then usually at least a can of soda on the weekends. So yeah, it's an everyday thing. When do I don't? It's a better question. It's seriously, it's my morning go-to. I know some people drink coffee. I'm not a big fan of coffee. I prefer mine cold and flavored of Dr. Pepper. So that's my go-to drink. I'll stop drinking at about 4 p.m. any caffeine because it does affect my sleep. And I need to get some shut-eye, so I'll stop around then.
I remember drinking Coca-Cola at Garnet's grocery store in Taylorsville, Indiana when I was 7 or 8. We would put a bag of peanuts in the Coca-Colas and drink them at the general store. That's kind of the first time I ever remember drinking Coke. Okay, I didn't start drinking coffee until I was probably college.
My grandpa used to drink a lot of coffee in the morning, and I usually just had one with him since he got me kind of into it, drinking coffee.
I don't know, I guess it was just growing up we had soda in the house. It was kind of a treat every now and then that we could have. I remember the old glass bottles that we'd have to search around for a pop tab when mom and dad weren't around, and we learned very quickly that the drawer pulls on the kitchen worked as a great bottle opener. So I would say as a fairly young kid it was common for us to have as a treat every now and then. And then definitely when I got to college, stopping at a gas station, stopping at someplace I can get a large soda was very, very common. And I'd honestly say it probably comes from my mom, who I remember as a kid doing the same thing. You'd go to school, she'd drop us off, she'd stop at the gas station and pick up her Diet Coke every morning, so.
Oh, I don't think I drink it for the caffeine. I drink it because I like to drink coffee, and the caffeine is just kind of happens to be there because I don't drink decaffeinated coffee. I don't drink drinks just to get the caffeine. I don't do that. I just drink coffee just to drink coffee, and drink Coca-Cola or Pepsi to drink Coca-Cola and drink Pepsi.
I use it as like a morning wake up. I think it wakes me up.
You know, I'd have to say it's probably more for the taste. A couple years back I did give up caffeine and I cut out completely Dr. Pepper. Didn't cut completely out soda, but I did lose some poundage because of cutting it back. However, I fell off the wagon by just, Dr. Pepper sounds really good one time, and you try one, and then it's another, and another, and another, and you're back on to the whole thing. I've tried quitting again, but the headaches for the first 2-3 days after not having any can be kind of rough. If you can get past those first 2-3 days, it's easy. It's just a matter of getting past that caffeine headache, the caffeine withdrawal.
Oh yeah, I could go without it. Yeah, I don't think I'd have a problem going without that.
Some mornings I don't have coffee or caffeine. I don't need it, but some days I think I do.
I mean, I've gone 2 years without it before, so I mean, I can do it. Is it something I really want to? No, and that's why I went back to drinking Dr. Pepper. You know, I like the flavor of it. Honestly, if they made Dr. Pepper caffeine free, I think I'd be fine. It's just a matter of they don't make it, and I like the flavor.